The rhythmic sound of ropes slapping against concrete was a soundtrack of summer in black neighborhoods during the 1970s. On porches, sidewalks, and playgrounds, black girls gathered in circles, their voices rising in perfect harmony as they chanted rhymes passed down through generations. These weren't just games. They were cultural rituals that taught rhythm, coordination, storytelling, and community. The rhymes carried messages, humor, and wisdom, connecting young girls to a tradition that stretched back decades. Each rope session was a masterclass in timing, where missing a beat meant losing your turn, but mastering the rhythm meant earning respect. What made these jump rope rhymes so unforgettable? Here are 20 rhymes that every black girl from that era knew by heart, each one a thread in the fabric of childhood memories. On Miss Mary Mack. Miss Mary Mack, Mack. Mack slash all dressed in black, black. Black slash with silver buttons, buttons. Button slash all down her back, back, back. This was the queen of all jump rope rhymes. The first one many black girls learned and the last one they forgot. The repetitive structure made it perfect for beginners, while the faster tempo versions challenged even the most skilled jumpers. Girls would clap hands in intricate patterns between jumps, creating a full-body rhythm that echoed through the neighborhood. Miss Mary Mack wasn't just a rhyme. It was a rite of passage. Mothers taught it to daughters, older sisters passed it to younger ones, and playground queens used it to test newcomers. The rhyme had countless verses that varied by region, with some versions mentioning elephants jumping fences and others adding verses about Mary's mother. Every black girl had her own favorite version, and debates about the correct lyrics could spark friendly competitions that lasted all afternoon. The cultural significance went deeper than entertainment. This rhyme connected black girls across different cities and states, creating a shared language of childhood. Whether you grew up in Chicago, Atlanta, or Detroit, you knew Miss Mary Mack. It represented the oral tradition that had always been central to black culture, where knowledge and joy were transmitted through rhythm and repetition rather than written text. 2. Down, down, baby. Down, down, baby. Down by the roller coaster slash sweet, sweet baby. I'll never let you go slash shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy, shimmy, pow. This rhyme brought attitude and sass to the playground. The words themselves were playful nonsense, but the delivery required confidence and style. Black girls would add their own movements, hip swings, shoulder rolls, hand claps, turning each performance into a mini-show. The rhyme's origins were mysterious, passed down through generations with slight variations in different neighborhoods. Some versions included shimmy, shimmy, cocoa puff, while others said cocoa pop, and debates about the correct version were fierce but good-natured. The beauty was that there was no single correct version. Each community added their own flavor, making it a living, evolving piece of culture. For many black girls, this rhyme represented freedom of expression. It wasn't about following strict rules. It was about adding your own personality to the performance. The girl who could deliver Down, Down, Baby with the most confidence and creativity earned admiration from her peers. It taught young black girls that style mattered as much as skill, a lesson that extended far beyond the jump rope. 3. Teddy bear, teddy bear. Teddy bear, teddy bear. Turn around slash teddy bear. Teddy bear. Touch the ground slash teddy bear. Teddy bear. Show your shoe slash teddy bear. Teddy bear, that'll do. This action rhyme transformed jump rope into a full performance art. Each line required the jumper to execute a specific move without missing a beat, turning in a circle, touching the ground, lifting a foot, all while the rope kept spinning. Black girls loved this rhyme because it showcased athleticism and grace simultaneously. The best performers made the difficult moves look effortless, spinning and dipping with the rope, never touching their feet. Watching a skilled jumper perform Teddy Bear was like watching a dance, and crowds of children would gather to witness the best performers show off their skills. The rhyme had additional verses that could be added: climb the stairs, say your prayers, turn off the light, allowing the performance to continue as long as the jumper could maintain the rhythm. This rhyme also served an important social function. It wasn't competitive in the aggressive sense. Instead, it celebrated individual achievement within a supportive community. Girls would cheer for each other, gasp at difficult moves successfully completed, and offer encouragement when someone stumbled. It taught black girls that excellence was something to be celebrated collectively, not hoarded individually. For Cinderella dressed in yellow. Cinderella dressed in yellow / went upstairs to kiss a fella / made a mistake and kissed a snake / how many doctors did it take? /1, 2, 3 for. This counting rhyme could go on indefinitely, with the jumper trying to reach the highest number possible before missing. The fairy tale reference was universal, but black girls made it their own with special emphasis and rhythm that gave it a distinctive flavor. The rhyme structure allowed for endless variation and creativity. Some versions had Cinderella in different colored dresses, dressed in blue, dressed in green, and the story could change accordingly. The counting portion became a test of endurance and skill, with girls competing to see who could reach the highest number. Reaching 50 or 100 was cause for celebration and earned bragging rights that lasted for days. What made this rhyme special in black communities was how it blended mainstream fairy tale imagery with African American linguistic patterns and rhythm. Black girls weren't just repeating a nursery rhyme. They were transforming it, adding their own cultural stamp to a familiar story. This ability to take something from the broader culture and make it distinctly their own was a powerful act of creativity and ownership. 5. Ice cream soda. Ice cream soda. Delaware Punch / tell me the name of your honey bunch / B, C, D. This alphabet rhyme was used to reveal crushes and spark giggles among groups of girls. When the rope finally caught on a letter, that letter supposedly revealed the first initial of the jumper's secret crush. The social drama surrounding this rhyme was as important as the physical act of jumping. Delaware Punch was a real fruit-flavored soft drink popular in black communities during the 1970s, making the rhyme feel relevant and connected to everyday life. Other versions mentioned different beverages, Coca-Cola, Orange Crush. But Delaware Punch was particularly popular in southern black neighborhoods. The specific brand references grounded the rhyme in the actual experiences of black childhood, not some generic, whitewashed version of youth. The fortune-telling aspect of this rhyme gave it special social power. Girls would jump with serious concentration, hoping the rope would stop on the letter of their desired person's name. Others would watch anxiously, ready to tease or support depending on the result. These moments created bonds between girls, shared secrets and laughter that strengthened friendships and built the social fabric of childhood. 6. My mother and your mother. My mother and your mother were hanging out clothes / my mother punched your mother right in the nose / what color was the blood? /red, blue, green, yellow. This rhyme had an edge to it, a playful aggression that black girls delivered with knowing smiles. Despite the violent imagery, it was all in good fun, a way to talk about conflict without actual confrontation. The color calling portion allowed for creativity and suspense. Whichever color was called when the jumper missed became significant. Some versions had it represent the color of your future wedding dress. Others said it predicted your boyfriend's favorite color. The ambiguity was part of the fun, with interpretations varying by group and occasion. This rhyme reflected the complexity of relationships in black communities. It acknowledged that tensions existed between mothers, between families, between neighbors. But it processed those tensions through play and humor rather than genuine hostility. Black girls learned early how to navigate social conflict with wit and style, and this rhyme was one of the tools that taught that lesson. 7. Not last night, but the night before. Not last night, but the night before / 24 robbers came knocking at my door / as I ran out, jumper runs out. / they ran in, another jumper runs in. / I asked them what they wanted, and this is what they said. This rhyme required coordination between multiple jumpers, with girls running in and out of the turning rope at specific moments. The theatrical quality of this rhyme made it a favorite for showing off teamwork. It wasn't enough to be a skilled individual jumper. You had to be able to time your movements with others, reading the rhythm and anticipating the right moment to enter or exit. Girls who mastered this rhyme demonstrated leadership and coordination, qualities that earned them respect on the playground. The storytelling aspect also made it memorable. Unlike simple counting rhymes, this one had a narrative that captured the imagination. Black girls added their own verses about what the robbers said and did, creating new adventures with each performance. This improvisational element kept the rhyme fresh and encouraged creative thinking. 8. Engine number 9. Engine number 9 / going down Chicago line / the train should jump the track / do you want your money back? / yes, no, maybe so. This rhyme combined the excitement of train travel, still romantic in the 1970s, with a simple drama of yes / no fortune-telling. Trains held special significance in Black American culture, representing migration, escape, and possibility. The Great Migration had brought millions of Black Americans from the South to northern cities via rail, and trains remained symbols of movement and change. Even as a simple jump rope rhyme, Engine number 9 carried echoes of that history, connecting young Black girls to a broader cultural narrative. The fortune-telling ending made every round feel important. Would you get your money back? The answer supposedly predicted your luck for the day. Black girls took these predictions seriously in the playful way children do, using them to make decisions about everything from which game to play next to whether to share their snacks. 9. Mailman. Mailman, do your duty / here comes Miss American Beauty / she can wiggle. She can waddle / she can do the split / and I bet you $5 that she can't do this. This rhyme celebrated physical prowess and confidence, with a final line leading to an improvised challenge move that the jumper had to execute. The Miss American Beauty reference was loaded with meaning in Black communities. While mainstream beauty standards often excluded Black girls, this rhyme reclaimed that title, asserting that Black girls could be, and were, beautiful and talented. The emphasis on what she can do focused on ability and skill rather than passive appearance, teaching Black girls to value their capabilities. The competitive element at the end pushed girls to innovate and take risks. The challenge move could be anything: a split, a handstand, a complex footwork pattern. And girls constantly invented new moves to impress their peers. This encouraged athletic development and creative problem solving, all within the supportive structure of play. 10. Johnny gave me apples. Johnny gave me apples / Johnny gave me pears / Johnny gave me 50 cents / to kiss him on the stairs / I gave him back his apples / I gave him back his pears / I gave him back his 50 cents / and kicked him down the stairs. This rhyme was pure sass and independence, teaching Black girls not to accept unwanted romantic attention. The financial detail, 50 cents, grounded the rhyme in economic reality. In the 1970s, 50 cents was real money to a child, enough to buy candy or a comic book. The rhyme taught girls that even when offered something valuable, they had the right to refuse if the conditions were unacceptable. This was an important lesson in an era when girls' autonomy wasn't always respected. The violent ending, kicking Johnny down the stairs, was delivered with gleeful laughter, a fantasy of power and agency. Black girls understood that this was play, not a literal prescription for behavior. But the emotional message was clear. Girls could be strong, assertive, and unapologetic. In communities where Black women often had to be strong to survive, this rhyme affirmed that strength as something positive and even celebratory. 11. Spanish dancer. Spanish dancer, do your split / Spanish dancer, do your kick / Spanish dancer, turn around / Spanish dancer, touch the ground / Spanish dancer, go upstairs / Spanish dancer, say your prayers / Spanish dancer, turn out the lights / Spanish dancer, say goodnight. This action-packed rhyme combined physical challenges with a rhythmic narrative. Despite the Spanish reference, this rhyme was thoroughly embraced by Black girls who made it their own through performance style and rhythm. The sequence of moves became increasingly difficult, testing the jumper's coordination and stamina. Girls who could complete the entire sequence without missing earned genuine admiration from their peers. The rhyme also taught sequencing and memory, requiring jumpers to remember the exact order of actions and execute them flawlessly. This cognitive challenge complemented the physical one, making the rhyme educational as well as entertaining. Black girls developed discipline and focus through these seemingly simple playground games. 12. My mother told me. My mother told me if I was goody slash that she would buy me a rubber dolly slash my auntie told her I kissed a soldier slash now she won't buy me a rubber dolly. This rhyme touched on themes of obedience, reward, and consequence, all wrapped in childish drama about a coveted toy. The rubber dolly was a real toy in the 1970s, and for many black families, it represented a significant purchase. The rhyme acknowledged the economic realities of black childhood. Toys weren't guaranteed. They had to be earned, and misbehavior could mean going without. Yet the rhyme presented this reality without sadness, instead treating it as matter of fact, even humorous. The betrayal by the auntie who told on the child added social complexity to the rhyme. It taught girls about the interconnectedness of black families and communities, where news traveled fast and everyone watched out for or gossiped about everyone else. This wasn't presented as negative. It was simply how things worked. 13. I had a little brother. I had a little brother slash his name was Tiny Tim slash I put him in the bathtub slash to teach him how to swim slash he drank up all the water slash he ate up all the soap slash he tried to eat the bathtub slash, but it wouldn't go down his throat. This nonsense rhyme was pure humor, with each line more absurd than the last. The silliness was the point. Not every rhyme had to teach a lesson or tell a fortune. Some were just for laughing and having fun. Black girls appreciated the comic relief these rhymes provided, using them to lighten the mood during long summer days. The exaggerated images, drinking all the water, eating the soap, sparked giggles and creative embellishments. Younger girls especially loved this rhyme because it was easier to remember than more complex ones. The simple narrative and repetitive structure made it accessible, allowing even the smallest jumpers to participate fully. This inclusivity was important in black communities, where older kids often looked out for younger ones. 14. Apples on a stick. Apples on a stick make me sick slash make my heart beat 246 slash not because you're dirty slash not because you're clean slash just because you kissed a boy behind a magazine slash boys are rotten. Made out of cotton slash girls are handy made out of candy. This rhyme perfectly captured the gender dynamics of childhood, with girls asserting their superiority over boys. The specific heart rate 246 gave a rhyme a pseudoscientific quality that black girls found hilarious. They knew the number was ridiculous, but the specificity made it funnier. The rhyme allowed girls to express the confusing mix of attraction and disgust they felt toward boys, processing complicated feelings through play. The final declaration about girls being made out of candy was pure pride and solidarity. Black girls used this rhyme to affirm their bonds with each other, celebrating girlhood as something special and superior. In a world that often undervalued black girls, this small assertion of worth mattered. 15. Mama, mama, can't you see? Mama, mama, can't you see slash what the army's done to me slash they took away my favorite jeans slash now I'm wearing army green slash I used to drive a Cadillac slash now I'm walking on my back. This rhyme referenced military service, a path many young black men took in the 1970s for economic opportunity. The Cadillac reference was particularly significant in black culture, where the luxury car symbolized success and achievement. The contrast between driving a Cadillac and walking on my back highlighted the sacrifice of military service. While the rhyme was playful, it touched on real experiences in black communities where military service was both common and complicated. Young black girls jumping to this rhyme were processing the realities of their communities. Brothers, fathers, uncles who went into the service and came back changed or didn't come back at all. The rhyme allowed them to engage with these adult realities in a safe, playful context, building awareness of the world beyond childhood. 16. Strawberry shortcake. Strawberry shortcake. Cream on top slash tell me the name of your sweetheart slash ABCD. Another alphabet fortune-telling rhyme, but this one focused specifically on romantic interests. The dessert imagery made it feel lighter and sweeter than other crush-revealing rhymes. Black girls would sometimes argue about whether cream on top referred to whipped cream or ice cream, with different regions having different interpretations. These playful debates were part of the fun, creating a sense of local identity while connecting to the broader tradition of jump rope culture. The anticipation as the alphabet progressed was delicious torture. Girls would will the rope to stop on their desired letter, sometimes even trying to subtly manipulate their jumping to achieve the wanted result. These moments of hope and disappointment were early lessons in chance, fate, and the gap between desire and reality. 17. Miss Sue from Alabama. Miss Sue from Alabama / sitting in a rocker / eating Betty Crocker / watching the clock go tick-tock, tick-tock / sh boom / another one. This rhyme had a distinctive rhythm that built in intensity, with the sh boom leading to another girl jumping in. The Alabama reference connected northern black communities to their southern roots. Many black families in cities like Chicago, Detroit, and New York had migrated from southern states, and references to places like Alabama evoked family history and heritage. The rhyme became a small thread connecting girls to places they might never have visited, but still considered part of their identity. Betty Crocker, a mainstream white-coated brand, appearing in a distinctly black rhyme, showed how black culture incorporated and transformed elements from the broader American culture. Black girls weren't isolated from mainstream culture. They engaged with it, borrowed from it, and made it their own through rhythm and performance. 18. Bluebells, Cockleshells. Bluebells, Cockleshells / Evie. Ivy. Over / my mother sent me to the store / and this is what she sent me for / salt, vinegar, mustard, pepper. The rhyme started slow and gentle, then accelerated dramatically at salt, vinegar, mustard, pepper, with the rope spinning as fast as possible. The speed change challenged jumpers to adapt quickly, testing their reflexes and agility. Black girls who could maintain their rhythm through the acceleration earned respect for their athletic skill. The fastest jumpers seemed to blur with motion, feet moving so quickly they were almost invisible, while onlookers counted how long they could maintain the pace. The grocery list element reflected daily life, turning the mundane task of shopping into playground excitement. In black neighborhoods where corner stores were social hubs and running errands for mother was a common childhood responsibility, this detail made the rhyme feel authentic and relatable. 19. I'm a little Dutch girl. I'm a little Dutch girl dressed in blue / here are the things I like to do / salute to the captain / bow to the queen / turn my back on the submarine. Each action had a corresponding move, saluting, bowing, turning around, requiring coordination and memory. The Dutch girl identity was adopted and adapted by black girls who added their own style and flavor to the performance. The colonial and military imagery was processed through play, with girls focusing more on the fun of the movements than any historical significance. This ability to take seemingly incongruous material and make it work for their own purposes showed the creativity of black childhood. The rhyme structure made it perfect for teaching younger girls the basics of action rhymes. The clear commands and simple movements provided a foundation that could be built upon with more complex rhymes later. In this way, it served as an entry point into the jump rope tradition. 20. I like coffee, I like tea. I like coffee, I like tea / I like name to jump with me / 1. 2, 3, switch. This inclusive rhyme allowed girls to call friends into the rope, creating a social bonding experience. The named girl would jump in on switch, requiring precise timing and trust between jumpers. The beverage preferences, coffee and tea, seemed sophisticated for children, but many black kids in the 1970s were familiar with both drinks from family gatherings and Sunday dinners. The rhyme reflected the reality of black childhood, where children were often included in adult spaces and exposed to grown-up customs earlier than their white counterparts. The naming element made each performance personal and special. Being called into the rope meant you were wanted, valued, included. 4 black girls navigating the complex social hierarchies of childhood. This explicit invitation to friendship mattered deeply. The rhyme became a way to strengthen bonds, resolve conflicts, and create memories of togetherness that would last a lifetime.